Live and unscripted from the DC metro area, this is a story of surviving and thriving after a layoff. This outdoor podcast is brought to you by atopcareer.com. Episode 2. Your health, the baseline for everything. 5 days post-layoff, Edith talks about how to let go of the salt and take care of your physical, mental and emotional well-being. A job loss doesn't have to mean depression, neglecting things you love to do, or missing out on the beauty that life has to offer.
Last time I talked about being prepared for a layoff and how important it is in these uncertain times that we're prepared for the worst case scenario. That means having a nest egg ready, having some contacts ready, having your resume up to date, and above all, knowing yourself and what it is that you're looking for. And today, I want to talk about the importance of your health in this process, and your physical, your mental, and your emotional health. It's been 5 days since I got informed that I was laid off, and this is something I've found to be of utmost importance. It's a baseline for everything moving forward. If you're not healthy with yourself, then you're not going to be in a good frame of mind to do what it takes with your job search. So I heard on the radio today a perfect metaphor for this, and it was an interview with Dave Chappelle about why he turned down $50 million from Comedy Central. And he used a story to describe it about the Bushmen in Africa and how when water is scarce, the Bushmen, what they do is they get some salt and they dig a hole and bury the salt in the hole. And inevitably, a baboon comes and takes the salt. And I had no idea about this, but baboons apparently love salt. So they just can't help themselves, and they stick their hand in the hole and take the salt, but it's dug in such a way that their hand becomes stuck and they can't move. Now, if the baboon were smart, he would let go of the salt. But, gosh darn it, I didn't realize salt's so tempting, but I guess to them it is. And so they're stuck, and the Bushman can come and take the baboon. They cage up the baboon, give him all the salt that he wants, and then he gets thirsty. So they release him from the cage. He goes off and finds a water source, and they follow him, and they can have water too. So it's letting go of the salt in this process. And as hard as it might be for me to sometimes get up and move and go on walks, and I've been walking for a long time now, and it always helps me to clear my head. And it's on my walks that I had the idea for this podcast series. I get a lot of inspiration when I'm physical like this. So it's been a really important part of the healing process for me is being out in nature and taking walks and doing my swimming twice a week. But especially the walking, just being with my own thoughts and having time to reflect in a safe space without anybody around really provides me a lot of clarity. So that's helped. Being physical has helped my sense of mental health too. And that in turn can help with your emotional well-being. Since I've been laid off, it's especially women who've come up and offered their support to me, and I just can't express how grateful I am for that I've made all these wonderful relationships where people are inspired to help me in this time. And just thinking about it, I'm kind of tearing up right now. But it's for me, I found it's the women have been more supportive than the men have. And maybe it's just due to women having more overall nurturing personalities. I don't know. I definitely would encourage everybody who's in this situation that instead of sitting at home and doing nothing, though that's tempting to kind of wallow in your misery in front of the TV with a bag of cookies or chips, get up and move. Movement provides clarity. It provides mental and emotional stability. Not only that, it provides endorphins, and it'll help you move forward. It also helps with gaining optimism, which definitely you're going to need during this time. I also wanted to mention that when we're talking about health here, it's not just about being physical, but it's about watching what you eat, try to eat a balanced diet, and sometimes there's toxins that we eat, we ingest, we don't always realize it can affect our moods, and then getting enough sleep. I know since I've been in this situation, I've had a lot of more insomnia than usual, and it's to be expected, but at the same time, the being physical and eating right can have a knock-on effect and help you sleep better at night. And then finally, the other important thing here is, in terms of your health, is to, on the other side of the coin, not neglect things that you enjoy. And just because this horrible layoff happened to you, that doesn't mean that you can't take pleasure in simple activities and hobbies that you like. And so do give yourself permission to do those things too.
Find Edith online at www.topcareer.com. Thanks for listening.